Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Captain Quasar, and this is another unofficial H3 waiting room stream. We're going to be going through more of the H3 lore today, but we have a few things to cover first. Um, Mainly just some stories from Ethan's Instagram, but they're always so invigorating, so enticing, so pure. But there aren't many updates in the whole, Noah Samson stuff, but it does seem like things are moving along and Noah's doing the whole avoid route, which makes sense. But Ethan posted this because Bad Empanada has not stopped talking. Argentina's really doing him good. But yeah, so Ethan said he posted this one, which was about Dan Clancy. So read this, GG Dan Clancy, you creep. Exclusive. Twitch has been charged. Twitch is, oh my god, already fucking up. Twitch has been charging users for subscriptions to permaban streamers for years. And heard a little bit about this. Sounds kind of crazy. Twitch was basically, I think it wasn't just permaban streamers, but it was like people who deleted accounts too or something like that. Because basically it was, even if somebody was banned for a month, banned for a week, and wasn't streaming, people would be paying their subscription for that month, for that time period, when they could be using that money elsewhere. And to do it for multiple years is crazy. Well, because I guess it's saying permaban, but I'm saying it was actual like deactivated accounts too, not just permabanned. I realized what I said sounded stupid because on here it says permabanned, but I think it wasn't just permabanned streamers; it was across the board. But this was funny. So, if it's on Google, it's doxing is going to backfire for this guy. Is going to backfire so badly for this guy. Ethan Klein credit card when he posted his, or when he accidentally showed the back of his credit card a little bit, and then he's just getting real. It's basically a little kid throwing a tantrum after getting called out. Good morning, Mac. How's everyone doing? But I just love the way that he can't stop after Ethan just said it's publicly available information. This isn't doxing. Bad Empanada's just been posting all the stuff that's on Google. If it's on Google, it's not doxing. It's going to backfire so badly for this guy. And here's the thing. Doxing has always been bad. But I think people fail to remember that doxing wasn't the worst part. I don't think doxing is even illegal. What's wrong is swatting. Swatting is the thing that's terrible. Doxing is bad, but most of the time it is just pulling information from like, background sites, background checking websites and stuff like that. Like, you can get information quite easily. Everybody's on, white and yellow pages, whatever it's called, that website. The problem is when you use that information to then get somebody hurt or, do other things, send them fucking shit boxes, stuff like that. Stuff like that was happening to Boogie. Boogie 2988 was getting like dildos and boxes of literal shit. And I was like, he should have, if that's true, he should have reported that to the police because I think that's bioterrorism. But we continue. Ethan also posted this. So, yeah, Hassan was apparently thinking about, remember how he was like, I can't go to Gaza. They can't assure that I will be safe, so I'm not going to go. Now he's going to go to China. So he said, it's time. Oh my god. It's time. I'm going to China this year. Believe it. I thought this was funny because I'm like, bro thinks he's Naruto. I heard it's a tourist. I heard it's the tourist hour in Xinjiang. You should go there and show how humane and wonderful China is to their million captive Muslims. Just kind of calling it out because I imagine, yeah, China's a very big place. You could go to all the like really touristy spots and make it look like it's chill. Talking about, I mean, this. I will say this doesn't say necessarily a lot about his plans on what he wants to do in China, but if he just plans to do what he did when he just went to Japan and just kind of bullshit for, a while, it's kind of up to him, but bro likes to be considered a journalist. Time to do some real journalism. Yeah, he isn't even threatening Hila now. He's just getting scared, bro. He's running. I mean, there's nothing really to do. All he could do is just send one of these. So this is like what? This is his next step. He's gonna go, you know what? Boom! I Uno reverse carded you. But here, I wanted to read this out because I skimmed it briefly, but I want to see what he really had to say. Here, for example, is what a terrible demand for retraction looks like. So this comes from, or this went to Glasgow, I guess. This went to, I think this went to Loner Box, yeah. So this was probably mailed to like a P.O. box or something that's listed here. I don't know. Oh, it's just Livingstone Brown. I'm so stupid. That's their address. I don't know how to read documents, I guess. Dear blank, dear Loner Box, Twitter posted dated 22 July 2022. Should I do this in an Australian accent? I can't do an Australian accent right now. If I don't hear it first, it's going to be terrible. We refer to the above. We have been instructed by Mr. Blank, our client. That's kind of nice of him to blank out his name. Just like show it. Who cares? We have been advised by our client, who goes by the YouTube username Bad Empanada, that you engaged in live discussion under the username Lonerbox with our client on his YouTube channel on the 25th of May, 2022. In response to a further video posted by our client in 21 July of 2022, in which he reflects on your live discussion, we understand that you posted the following tweet on your Twitter account on 22nd of July 2022. My guy just wanted to put Jews in camps, and they called him anti-Semitic. I'm so confused. Oh, okay. It was, okay. I was confused as to what they were trying to say, but I guess Lonerbox was making an actual, like... The sarcasm is lost when written out like this. This was posted along with a graphic stating, you should call him anti-Semitic. Within the respective Twitter thread, you then posted an extracted clip of our client with the comment, wonder if he includes this banger. His chat can probably explain why he started weaseling when I asked if Eris deserved to be executed. Those are two very different words. If Eris deserves to be executed. This extracted video clip purports to evidence your claim that our client wanted to put Jews in camps. What? Okay. Our client vehemently refutes the suggestion that this video clip supports your claim. Oh, so he just said, okay, so he just claims that it doesn't. We haven't seen the clip, but he just says that that isn't what he was saying. So it's defamation and libel. Moreover, our client asserts that your claims have caused, I think it's a typo, right? Or am I just stupid? Has caused? Shouldn't it be have? I guess your claim, it's a singular claim, not claims. So your claim has caused serious harm to his reputation, his online presence, and his livelihood. We note that you have approximately 14,800 followers on your Twitter account, and that this particular tweet has around 75 retweets, 19 quote tweets, and 2,321 likes. I like that he put it in these are retweets, quotes. but these are likes. We don't know. We don't know for sure. At the date of this letter, as well as significant threads of comments. As such, we request that the relevant Twitter thread is removed as a matter of urgency. This is very much a nothing burger. Pretty legendary. You could tell he wrote it out. He wrote it out himself and then probably sent it to his mom for a proofread. How does this look, mommy? But he's just posting on his Instagram story, and Ethan's just kind of been, he's just been reposting them a bit. Not like fully reposting them, but like just taking them screenshots and posting them, because bro's just saying crazy, dumb shit. There is no medical explanation for the gyrating on the insane wide eyes. It's cocaine abuse. See, I'm not going to do what he does. I'm not going to assume his mental failures. I'm not going to assume the capacity of his mental faculties. That will not be what I do as a holy person. But then, yeah, so every accusation is a confession, Mr. George Genitis. The name Genitis really is an STD name. Mr. George Genitis, the human STD. The Holodomor genocide question. How Wikipedia lies to you. Hey, man. If you want to know the real truth, listen to this fucking idiot. I saw someone make a post that was like, is Bad Empanada just Mossad? Is he like a Mossad agent? Because bro's just like shit posting. He makes like, it's like he's making the fucking extreme left look so stupid. Because this is just such a stupid post. Like, okay, if this is what you want to say, crazy statement to make, but do you, bro. But just with the photo, it's just fucking hilarious. Kind of amazing. Yeah, but that's all from his Instagram story. I think there was some stuff earlier, but nothing that I was able to pull. Mostly just more of George Genitis being like, you can't dox me. Doxing is illegal. It's bad. And then in his private Discord being like, people who are private shouldn't assume anonymity. These people should all be exposed. Exposing addresses isn't doxing. I swear to God, Bad Empanada is actually like, it's like you don't know if it is actually like mental illness or if it's just incessant lying. There's a fine line that he walks, and we don't know for sure. I saw this, and it has like no likes. I don't know if they ripped it from somebody, but I'm shooting ropes, bro. It's the H3 show. This is an AI theme tune for the H3 sitcom. I'm wondering if this is all supposed to be why am I blanking on his name? Nate. My God. I'm wondering if it's all Nate's voice, because they use the beginning. They use Nate. Oop. They do that every time I'm on Reddit. I'm shooting ropes, bro. It's the H3 show. It's just too Western. Ethan has 3 dogs and is now a Sigma. Ian ate the beans and he died of ligma. Dan's a hater and has grown up with Mega Man. Something about to bust. Love to set these nuts. See, I think it is supposed to be Nate, but it just doesn't have enough to work with, so it just becomes a Western star. I'm shooting ropes, bro. It's the H3 show. Olivia has tea and it's steeped in drama. Zach hits Trump sound bites like Robot Obarna. Ab has 100 clips and we only watched one. Lena ate the hot chip, never once did she flinch. I'm shooting ropes, bro. It's
the H3 show. Hila is the OG and was Ethan's carer. Now she's fresh as Teddy's and you better fear her. I'm shooting ropes, bro. It's the H3 show. I'm shooting ropes, bro. It's the H3 show.
See, I think it's good, but I just think the voice isn't good enough. Yes, it's finally Friday. Let's go. Let's go. But I think it's like just not good enough to be something to be used. That's probably why it doesn't have enough likes. Real laughing, crying, clapping, like when I'm laughing, crying. They said Steiny and Bradley are going to be on the pod today. We got something to talk about, boys. I saw some people saying we need to remember that Nelk was never like these good guys. They were never like great. They were always fucking frat bro, kind of like. I don't want to call them pieces of shit because it's like they're the wholesome frat bros. But wholesome frat bros hang out with piece of shit frat bros. You know what I mean? It's like that they still run in the same circles. And so, I thought this was interesting too. Steiny decided to sit right next to Tate too. He couldn't even let Kyle sit in. But people were pointing out his Bud Light and were like, "Oh, this is his Bud Light." I think this is whoever's sitting here. Bro's drinking like another sparkling water with a lime. We don't have to like mock him as if he's doing something like. Not to say this is bad, but this is what he would think is bad, is to be effeminate. Bro is insanely effeminate. But wants to act like he's the hot shit. Also, why is he hitting the Zach stance, I just realized? Really, watch time? Watch talk o'clock? See, Tate's too big of a coward. He can't even fucking flash his real quick. He's a pussy. He knows it's fake. I'm just saying, it's the fucking truth. We have one thing to get to before we look at the H3 lore. It's just a quick video by Atozi, and it's about Vitaly, and it is a scumbag IRL streamer arrested in the Philippines. So it sounds like he maybe took some more mushrooms, beat up another jogger, or just decided to really freak out again. So let's see.
This scumbag IRL streamer was just arrested in the Philippines after spending a day harassing, threatening, and stealing while documenting all of this on his live stream. It's always fascinating that these IRL streamers believe they won't receive any consequences for their actions, when in reality, they're documenting everything they do for attention on the internet. The absolute morons are their own star witnesses in their cases against them. And Vitaly, the guy we're talking about today, is no different, as he's now facing some serious charges in the Philippines. Because remember my last video on him, we covered him stealing a mall security motorcycle, stealing mall security guards' hats, stealing a mask from a stand, stealing an industrial fan from a restaurant, and then threatening to rob an elderly lady. Then
I have to say, I did not see this previous video, and this all sounds insane. Why would you go and do this in a like, I don't understand people doing this in their own countries. What makes you think that you could go to a foreign country and do a bunch of illegal shit? Like, it's just so baffling to me that you think that, like, do you think they're all cowards? Like, I'm so confused as to how you get this thought in your mind of like, oh, I went to the Philippines. I'm in fucking GTA 5. I'm going to just do whatever I want. Like, what?
Harassing countless people. And in that video, I said I wouldn't be surprised if he was arrested by the time this video was out. Well, it took a few extra days, but it happened. But after that original stream of his running around harassing people in the mall, someone who saw my video actually went out and confronted him.
There's been videos about you that have come out and they've been showcasing like the bad things that you do, but what about the good? Like,
have you seen the good, what I've been doing?
They don't show it as much. And so I'm wondering, what's it like for a streamer when people don't show the good?
So I'm wondering, like, what good do you do? Like for real, like real shit.
That's a good question because it frustrates me, but I just started streaming. I don't have a team. My team left me, so I'm getting clippers and I'm getting everybody. Yeah. Why? What'd you see? Have you seen what I've done the last 4 days, 5 days?
Do you know there's a content creator named Atozi?
No, I don't know who that
He
is.
just did a video on you 5 hours ago
Saying what?
saying that you were harassing people here in the Philippines.
Yeah, and then what about me donating over $20,000 in the last 2 days?
Dude, 20 grand is irrelevant if you're out here harassing strangers in
I just like the idea of like it's paying to absolve your sins. Like you can't just like, especially when it's giving money to something that's completely separate to the people that you're fucking with. Like it just makes absolutely no sense to me. It's causing me to have a brain misfire because you are fucking harassing these citizens and then deciding that donating to something else is somehow like going to pay off the harassment. Why?
public for content. Like, that's awesome and very kind of him to donate $20,000, but it doesn't excuse his terrible behavior. And also, shout out to this man for actually trying to have a real conversation with him and question his scumbag behavior. And the spelling of my name.
He did not try and question his scumbag behavior. He was just fucking... It sounded like he was a real fan of him, being like, man, all they do is talk shit about Fuzi. They don't show the good shit that he does. I don't know what good shit he does, but it's because they never show it. I thought that he added those subtitles. It's funny, Atozi, that he didn't want him to look him up. He said, we can't have them find any hate accounts. They'll know that I'm a scumbag.
In the captions there, that's just diabolical. But unfortunately, this interaction gets so much worse for Vitaly.
Right, and as a content creator, that stuff kind of goes under.
No, it doesn't, because my editors are working on it, and I'm going to release the truth.
I'm saying when it happens, people don't broadcast that as much.
Yeah, but I don't get. For me, when you know what I mean, then I'm back on top. For me, when people talk, that's how I know I'm doing the right thing, because people want to bring me down when you're up. When you're down, nobody cares about you. When you're up on top, everyone wants to bring you down.
No, we're just sick and tired of streamers harassing strangers in public for their content. Like, I believe in the simple right of you should be able to enjoy your day in public without some scumbag IRL streamer harassing you for profit, no matter what country you're in.
So who is the creator, Chad? Not you. Who's the creator that talks about me?
Atozi, but he's
Tozy, he's like 1,000 subscribers?
No. He's got like 1 million or something. He's not.
Wow.
I mean, the amount of followers I have, that's irrelevant. I was simply showing his scumbag behavior. And honestly, I was just kind of shocked that this is what Vitaly was doing for content now. Bro went from being like one of the largest YouTubers on the platform to being a Johnny Somali knockoff. Sometimes.
Let's not act like he doesn't have a checkered past with the bang bus and taking a bunch of mushrooms and beating the shit out of that jogger lady. I'm just saying, we need to remember the good and the bad. And he's done a lot more fucking bad, if we're being completely honest. And most of those pranks were faked. So that shit wasn't good either.
Sometimes the mighty really do fall.
The thing for me is like, so
It's frustrating. It's frustrating that they show good. That's your answer.
You show up in a country like this and you have your team start around, they fuck you over, right?
No, what do you mean? So, have you watched all the VODs or not?
I haven't.
Exactly. So you don't know what's going on. So why are we still talking?
Buddy, your streams are like 5 to 9 hours a piece.
I'm telling you, this guy almost seems like a fan. And now I almost called him Fusi. Now Vitaly's turning on him.
Frustrating that they show good. That's your answer.
You show up in a country like this and you have your team start around, they fuck you over, right?
No, what do you mean? So, have you watched all the VODs or not?
I haven't.
Exactly. So you don't know what's going on. So why are we still talking?
Buddy, your streams are like 5 to 9 hours a piece. And the stream that I covered in my last video, you spent like 2 hours harassing people to gain an audience. Then you proceeded to gamble on stream so you could monetize the amount of live viewers you had. Like, I don't doubt that you had moments on your stream where you were nice.
I realized what it is. When IRL streamers go, haven't you watched the VOD? Or any streamer goes, haven't you seen my VODs? Haven't you seen my VODs? They're the type of people that go, don't you know what I'm going through right now? Don't you know the things that I'm dealing with? It's the same thing, but just digital. It's literally trying to trauma dump, trying to like fucking just problem dump on people and be like, well, you see, if you actually looked back at all the things that I've been dealing with, I've been doing good, I've been overcoming. But you don't care about that. And they feel like since it's being broadcast, that makes them more like worthy, I guess. I don't know. It's a strange thing, but I feel like that's where that comes from.
But when you act like that, being nice won't help you too much.
You asked me a question. How do you feel? I said I feel it's frustrating.
I'm sure it is frustrating.
Okay.
What are you planning to do?
I just told you my editors are editing, and I don't need to prove anybody.
I didn't say you needed to prove anything to anybody.
I know.
My editors are editing. Brother, your editors wouldn't have to edit anything if you didn't act like a scumbag for attention on the internet.
Like, what happens behind the scenes when you're interacting with people here and you're messing around with them? I know it's a joke to you, but for the people here, they work hard, bro.
And guess what? And I tip him. What do you do?
Okay, I did misread it. He's turning on him now. See, he was coming in nice at first. I was like Vitaly in this. Got drawn in.
Exactly.
I run a software company and I provide housing for the.
So you came just to talk, right?
Shit, bro, he's pressing him now. Vitaly was about to walk away and he stepped in front of him. About to get a little shove in the chest.
I'm not talking shit.
So why
I'm asking you why even make that content? Genuinely.
Because
I'm speaking up for a large majority of people.
Shut the because I do whatever the I want. What are you gonna follow me?
Yeah, he does whatever he wants until the consequences catch up to his actions, which they seemingly have by now.
Hey, what? What are you gonna do?
What am I gonna do?
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell your viewers that you guys are better than this. You don't have to watch people with others and putting them down. You need to lift.
Shout out this guy, yeah. This is what we need. See, this is a real man standing up for his beliefs. You really just hate people that want to do a bunch of bullshit, talk a bunch of shit, harass people, do all this stuff, and whenever you confront them, they're always pussies about it and go like, "Oh, why are you bothering me? Why are you on my case? Why are you doing?" It's like, what? You can't take the heat now after you've been dishing it out? Like, what the fuck is the problem? And the fact that this guy is willing to stand on it, this is what we need more of. We need more people just willing to talk some shit back to these people that will get aggressive, will get like fucking rowdy at some fucking bullshit. It's not worth it. Unless it is.
People up for a living.
And what do I do? You haven't watched all my vlogs?
Watch your streams.
Yeah.
You're a piece of. And I came here to say that to everybody. You're a literal piece of.
Perfect, amazing. Jesus loves you too. Let's
Have a
go.
good one. Stay safe.
Don't touch me before I knock you out.
You're not gonna knock me out.
Oh yeah? What are you gonna do?
I guarantee you're not gonna knock me
Yo, back off.
out.
Oh, what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? You came with this.
Hey, yo, you got him to walk. Let's go. Oh, true Chad right here. True Chad.
You came with security? If I didn't have this camera right now, hey,
I don't have security either. I'm literally just as big as you.
Okay,
You
cool.
don't need to solve with violence, bro. Words are.
I'm trying to walk away from you, and you're trying to follow me, so you're harassing me
I'm
now.
calling you out for being a piece of shit.
Okay, I am a piece of shit.
Wow, we're currently watching the harasser get harassed with common sense and human decency.
I'm genuinely.
Why are you
willing
following
to
me?
have a conversation.
I'm not trying to get 404 right now. I'm not gonna lose my steak deal over you, bro. Why are you following me, bro?
Why you gotta come here and mess with the locals, though? For real.
But don't talk
There's
to
a
me.
lot of people in your stream that don't like you.
Okay, good. And guess what, bro? If I didn't, I swear to God, if I,
You swear.
Well,
to
so
God,
what,
there's
you-
no God here. It's just me and you.
so you're gonna do something, right?
Yo, this guy is straight up pressing him so hard. He came off so polite at first. I'm loving this. I'm loving every second of this right now.
You're gonna attack me, right? You're gonna attack me, right?
I'm not gonna.
Chat, what should I do?
Bro, I speak for a lot of people when I say.
Okay, cool. I'm leaving.
It's pathetic when you come
Don't
here
go-
and you with the locals
All right.
for views.
Okay, I'm
These
not.
people here, they work hard and they deserve actual recognition, not you coming here fucking.
I know I'm tipping people, brother.
It's interesting that he's so worried about his kick deal, but not worried about going to prison in a foreign country. It's amazing how stupid some streamers can be. There is no kick deal for you if you're in prison in a foreign country. And now it looks like that's exactly where he's headed, as he was just booked and read his Miranda rights.
Mr. Baitla ni Sandoro Betsky. Yes. Yeah. Good evening. Okay, here's your Miranda rights. Okay, sir. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in any court of law in the Philippines. Okay? You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to counsel. Your own choice. Okay? If you cannot afford the counsel, the government will be provided for you at any government expense. You understand, right? Yes. My question is.
Why is this dude smirking and smiling at the camera when your freedom is on the line? Why don't you just
Vitaly is the real life Joker, like from the new Joker movies. Just an insane guy that's out there acting wild. Him and Fusi are like the two Jokers from. They're the two different kinds of Jokers. It's pretty interesting.
lock in and act serious? Why would anyone want to increase their chance of being in a Filipino prison? Vitaly has literally branded himself as a knockoff Johnny Somali, as they both act the exact same way now. I mean, he was doing the same smirking stuff that Johnny was doing at his trial. This is just wild to see unfold. And this is what they broadcasted on Filipino news over there.
Filipino authorities have arrested Russian-American vlogger Vitaly Izdorovetsky, who went viral on social media for harassing Filipinos in Bonifacio Global City in Taguig. According to the Immigration Bureau, Izdorovetsky, who has 10 million subscribers on YouTube, is facing multiple complaints related to videos showing him harassing security guards and stealing an industrial fan from a restaurant while live streaming.
I have to admit, the Philippines were really quick to arrest him, and I'm worried he's in so much more trouble than what he realizes.
The BI also notes the vlogger showed no remorse after his arrest.
Talagang gawain niya to sa iba't ibang bansa, and hindi itong first time na nahuli siya, nakulong siya dahil sa mga disruptive na mga activities. Walang ka-remorse. Very smug pa yung itsura niya doon sa mugshot niya. Yung video niya po, habang binabasahan siya ng Miranda rights, nagkikiss pa siya, nagpa-flying kiss pa siya doon sa camera na nakatutok sa kanya. So parang na-enjoy niya po yung yung limelight na dulot ng kanyang kaguluhan. Kung meron po siyang local case dito sa Pilipinas, aandar din po yun kasabay ng deportation case. Kung sakali po na magkaroon siya ng local case at siya po ay hatulan ng pagkakabilanggo dito po.
Ooh, he must serve his sentence before deportation can be carried out. Haha.
Sa Pilipinas.
Okay, so honestly, very similar.
If he's convicted, but they seem like they're on their shit right now.
To Johnny, where he now has to go through a court procedure, serve his time, pay his fines, then he can finally get deported. The big difference though is Vitaly, unlike Johnny, actually has money, so he can afford a good legal team. So it'll definitely be interesting to see what happens. But they aren't just leaving it with Vitaly, they're also going after his cameraman.
Meanwhile, investigators are working to identify and file charges against the Filipino cameraman who accompanied Izdorovetsky during the filming of those videos.
Isahabol namin ngayon yung pangalan niya. Nakipag-coordinate kami doon sa hotel kung saan sila nakatira. At yun nga ang ihahabol namin ngayon. Ihahabol yung Pilipinong kasama nito ni Vitaly.
I mean, that's a pretty good sign they're taking this seriously and they won't just deport Vitaly. And I also saw a comment on one of these videos saying that on the Filipino news, they said he's been charged by the police with 2 counts of unjust vexation and 2 counts of theft, and 1 count of attempted theft. And then on top of that, police are also calling on civilian locals who are harassed by him as seen on his stream to come forward and file complaints for unjust vexation. And this is so the police can continue to build a case against him. Apparently, the police anti-cybercrime unit is also looking into a case to see what cybercrime charges can be filed against him as well. For those that don't know,
Ooh. So we're not going to hear any more of Vitaly and Johnny Somali. Oh no. What are we gonna do? What'll we do without them? How sad.
Philippine cybercrime as unjust vexation laws are very broad in reach, so pranks and jokes can easily be turned into a solid case by the police. It's one of the reasons I'm always on my best behavior when I'm in this country. That makes sense. And in my head, the Philippines would be close to the top of the list of countries that I would not want to mess around in. But it's safe to say it'll be interesting to see how things pan out. I missed my upload yesterday because I was in bed with a fever. Still have a fever, but we're pushing through. So hey, excuse the lower energy than normal and the more nasally voice. But hey, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. And hopefully I'm feeling a lot better. I'll see you soon. Peace.
Great video. Fuck Vitaly, am I right? No, it really does just seem like these IRL streamers are just scraping the bottom of the barrel. I'm glad he got pressed. Because Vitaly was the only, like, tough guy IRL streamer. The rest of them could get pressed so easy, and it would almost seem like bullying. But I think Vitaly almost helped them have this, like, facade of being something that they aren't. Of being, like, more, I don't know, verbose and, like, oh, you can't touch me. What are you going to do? You want to try something? Do something. And that guy was willing to just be like, come on, bro. Step to me, and that's the last step you'll ever take. But yeah, good video from Matosi. We are still on level 9. We have hit ghost stories. So, in the early days of the podcast, Ethan and Hila would always ask their guests if they had any paranormal experiences that they would like to share. Fans loved this segment, but Ethan, being extremely skeptical, really didn't care and always found the stories bullshit. Ethan would eventually explain that this was the reason for them stopping. So we'll watch like 1 or 2 of them, and then we'll see why they stopped. We're gonna just click a random number. And then type it, put it in the chat which other one I should click. We're going to go, and, 5 is in the middle of those. So there we go.
With that being said,
and after this one, I'm going to give my ghost story. If anyone else has a ghost story too, drop it in chat, drop it in the comments if you're watching this VOD later. Wow.
Do you guys have any ghost stories?
Or supernatural stories.
Supernatural anything.
As much as I like to listen to them, I still haven't seen much evidence that ghosts exist. I had one experience in one of my friends' houses, and I was super drunk during it, which I feel like most ghost stories tend to happen when you're super drunk.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I was just drunk as shit, and I was on the toilet. Right, and
as all good ghost stories begin.
Right, of course, because the ghosts want to know what you're doing. They're like, I miss doing that, and they, like the whole night they've been talking about ghost stories in that house, and I was like, had it in my head, I was like, I really want to know if ghosts are real. So I'm on the toilet. I'm like, well, I got nothing else to do. Are there any ghosts here? And I'm like, actually talking out loud. I'm like, are there any ghosts in this house? If there are, please do something.
I'm intrigued by the fact that on the John you had this.
Yeah, me too.
Well, you know, I was alone. Like I was like, no one's ever gonna know about this.
Just all of a sudden thought about ghosts randomly.
Yeah, well, it was an old house, and they were like, yeah, we have ghosts here, and they were telling their ghost stories.
Okay.
Yeah, they told me this shit is haunted, and I was like, I want to see a ghost, and they were like, well, just stick around for a while, you might see one, or you might see something creepy. So I'm on the toilet, and I'm like, are there any ghosts here? If there's a ghost here, just do something. And a paper towel roll on the sink counter rolled a little bit. And I was like, oh, that's a ghost! Now, in my mind, thinking back, that was obviously just a breeze coming in through the window, or probably my breath moving it while I'm like asking into the nothingness.
Either wants to believe in the supernatural.
No, but how would your breath move the towel?
I don't know, and
a window would explain.
I think a window or something like.
I wish that would have happened to Logan when he was in Japan, and we can only hope that Jack Doherty goes to Asia. Got our fingers crossed, you know. I mean, Logan isn't allowed back, right? He's like banned from a few different countries, so I think he kind of got what they wanted to give him, so.
Like that, but I saw it's the stupidest ghost story ever. Like Eric, how do you know that ghosts are real? Well, one moved a paper towel roll.
I was
while
on
I was
the
taking a
shitter
shit
and I
once.
said, "Hey, ghost."
I think it's a fantastic story.
Well, that's my thing with ghosts.
I freaked out though. Like I ran back into the room with everybody. I was like, guys, it's a fucking ghost. Move the paper towel roll.
That's my thing with ghosts is like, because we went ghost hunting with Post Malone once, and I'm like, And he kept being like, Ethan, stop talking because we're not going to be able to hear the ghosts. And I'm like, these pussy-ass fucking low-tier ghosts better step their shit up if they can spook me over my own voice.
Yeah,
and that's kind of what I would say. Is like, if that's the best you've got, you know.
Move the paper towel roll.
Yeah.
Like I talked into the beyond. I spoke my words into the
I touched another dimension of reality.
Of an afterlife. And what they had in response was they made a paper towel roll go.
Some ghost was like.
But like I think on their side they were probably like channeling it like.
That's a pretty good story if I'm being honest.
Let's see if Jack has one.
Makes me.
That's why there's the theory that ghosts aren't spirits from our realm, but are really the crossing between the realities of overlapping realities based on string theory. It's all just happening at the same time, and sometimes we are able to see through like a window, but the window's a bit opaque. It's hard to see through.
It didn't answer anything.
Yeah.
And I felt really embarrassed about getting so worked up about it in the immediate moments after. Because again, I was pretty blasted. So I ran back into this room, like 10 of my friends, who I immediately embarrassed myself in front of by being like, the ghost moved the paper towel roll, guys. Ghosts are real. And they're like,
right.
That's not what we're talking about. We say this place is haunted.
They hear like shield babies crying.
Yeah. There's slamming doors. There's chains being dragged
Not
across the
paper
ground.
towels.
Yeah.
One sheet at a time.
It seems like it's always like you can find an explanation for it or you gotta want to believe.
Yeah.
Yes,
and then you like.
You have to make a leap.
I'll say that
to explain. It.
I have quite a few stories, just paranormal type stories from my life that are corroborated from family members experienced either together with friends or with family members. And then I'll tell my ghost story in just a second.
Ghost hunted with Austin, who is a believer, that it definitely requires, at least as I've observed, an suspension of disbelief.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's fun.
Although there were
It is
some
fun. I
weird
had a lot of
noises
fun.
at the end before we left.
But I feel like they're more, because you have to ask yourself, we went ghost hunting, we heard some really weird noises that spooked.
What's the difference between a suspension of disbelief and like trying to come to whatever conclusion like suits the moment? Like, you know what I mean? What's the difference between those two? What's the difference between going, it's a ghost, and going, oh, well, that was probably just the rafters squeaking because it's an old building and they decided to squeak at this very moment because of the atmosphere, the pressure in here changed because of our body heat. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could make any kind of explanation, but it's still you making the assumption on it. I like, it's, you know what I mean? Like, obviously one is more likely, is more probable, but it's still an assumption either way.
Assault. But you have to ask yourself, what's more likely?
Yeah. Yeah, obviously something's more likely, but it doesn't mean that something is impossible. And let me just tell my story, because I feel like mine is a pretty interesting story. When I was a child, I used to have a lot. I haven't had as many dreams now, but when I was a kid, I had a lot of dreams. And everybody has those dreams where you fall in your dream and you wake up. And when you wake up, you kind of fall into bed like a little bit. Kind of like, huh. You feel yourself fall. And you didn't actually fall. Your body just like flinches, you know. But one time this happened to me, and it wasn't just a flinch. I was literally hovering above my bed, looking at my, basically, my bed is like this. There's a wall against it. Like, I'll make it for you. There's a wall against it. My bed is going this way. My head is on this side. And then my closet is right here. There's wall, closet, bed. I am like hovering over my bed, facing the closet. So I can see the closet, and then I fell into my bed. So I know I wasn't just like up a little bit. And like, I legit fell and like felt myself bounce a little bit. And then I shot up because I was like, what the fuck just happened? And when I shot up, I see the apparition of a little girl with a white dress on. And she's there for literally probably a half a second, maybe a second, and then boom, into the ground and is gone. I freaked out. I ran to my parents. I was like, oh, and they were like, oh my God, that's so, go back to bed. And so I went back to bed. But years pass. And I'm just sitting in the living room. My dad's making dinner and watching TV. We're kind of just, chatting here and there. My sister walks in. My dad goes, you didn't just walk in the laundry room? No, I didn't just walk in the laundry room. I was just in my room. I was coming here to show you something. My sister says that to my dad. And my dad goes, I swear, I just saw like what looked like legs and sandals and like a white skirt or dress walk into the laundry room. And basically he's like looking through a doorway, through a hallway, and said he saw that walk into the laundry room. And I froze. I went, what? What did you just say? And he was like, no, yeah, it looked like a white dress or something. And my sister's wearing jeans. She's literally wearing blue jeans in this moment. And I start going, no. And I explained what happened the years prior. And they were like, whoa, that's weird. Yeah, no, I don't know. My dad kind of doesn't care. He's like, yeah, I'm just making fucking spaghetti. And then me and my sister go and check. And when we go into the laundry room goes into the garage. The garage door is unlocked. And obviously, like Ethan's saying, there's things that could be explained. It was probably just my mom that left it unlocked before she went to work. But she had went to work hours before, and that wasn't her that walked into the laundry room. She had been gone for hours. But my dad saw someone walk into the laundry room in a white dress. I saw a person in a white dress. I'm just saying, there's something there. Is it real? Probably not. She was trying to replace me. Glad we're out of that house, you know what I mean? I never need to go back. But no, so like that's my whole thing is there are definitely a lot of stories where you have to use suspension of disbelief to be like, this creek was a ghost, this whatever was a ghost. But some people I feel like have heard and seen things that are unexplainable and at least strange enough to make you skeptical as to what is in the greater world, in the greater universe, multiverse, and so on. I really want to know if Jack has a story, but yeah, that was my story.
Lizard or a snake or some kind of creature
Just
or a
the
fucking
house.
ghost
Right.
from
Yeah.
another dimension shouting at. It's like, well, I feel like there's a better explanation. Jack, do you have any ghost stories?
I'm so boring. I don't, because I was just racking my brain the entire time and trying to think if
he doesn't.
I really don't. There's nothing. I like going just back my little history of time.
Anything creepy, unexplainable?
I mean, I walked into a room full of ectoplasm once, but I don't think looking back, I'm not sure if it was.
That could be anything, dude.
Yeah.
That could have just been a bunch of slime eels. Hagfish.
Which
Sorry.
are real.
Sorry.
Which are real.
It was on Nickelodeon. It was a Nickelodeon show.
Having your wallet fly towards you, Alex, that's yeah, I'd probably run out of the room too. I'd start trying to come up with my own explanations of like someone's fucking with me and they had it on a fishing line. Nah, yeah, that's crazy. That is very wild. My father passed when I was 10. I always asked him for very specific signs, and they always happen. Like, for example, hey, Dad, send me a bird to sit on my windowsill. It'll happen in 30 seconds. See, and that's what I'm saying, too, is there's something out there. There's something that draws us to spirituality. And so it's all a hope, you know what I mean? We all hope for something greater, something better, something more than what is here. But there seems to be at least personal evidence that people have. But here, let's watch another one. I kind of want Post Malone's one.
Welcome everybody to the first episode of the H3 podcast
As
for the
opposed
whole.
to selfishness.
Because rape is fucked up. We
this is
all
that
acknowledge
part.
that.
Right.
But it's like a primal urge that a lot of people have. So it's like
Is it primal urge or is it conditioned urge?
Well, the urge is primal, and then the impulse to action is a condition. I would say. Because some people are just more inclined to want to rape. But then there are others that have the inclination
precursor to everything
to act on it based on their circumstance.
Marble floor.
Right.
That sound that it would make.
Just
in
like
a
a
big
shatter.
range of
I've
shit.
never heard it. How do you call it?
It gives me lady.
That's a lot better rate than they give at the current sperm bank.
There's random jizz everywhere.
I'm all for the jizz.
So what was the context of Stephen Hawking saying like we had 100 years left? Because he said some nutty shit recently that I don't really.
Right, he says some black hole shit that's like kind of off sometimes.
I heard him talking about
no
aliens.
Offense, Steven.
Do you believe in aliens?
I do. I don't believe that aliens visit the Earth. I think that as far as we understand physics, it's not possible.
Yeah, having something fly across the table. I'm just saying there's something out there. Whether it's a demogorgon, whether it's God playing his oh so mysterious tricks on us, or whether it's the wind shifting in your room, that there was a cold front that came in and blew your wallet across the room. I really don't know.
Or at least it's not very likely.
But see, that's
crazy,
like think about an alien, okay? Everybody wants to think about aliens as like the little short gray guys with big eyes, but that's just a human like depiction.
Yeah.
It's like it's like we don't even know, like in Halo or something. Right. Aliens have guns in that game that they use with their hand. Mm-hmm. But who are we to say that they have a body part that we don't even fucking can comprehend?
Yeah. They could be
like
a cloud of gas.
Exactly. They
You know
could
what I mean?
exactly.
I mean, to be fair too, even if you do drugs or drink, most drugs and like alcoholic beverages don't make you fully hallucinate things that aren't happening. Like even psychedelics don't make you hallucinate super hard and like fabricate images of things that weren't there. That's like salvia and DMT and stuff. So even if someone was really drunk and told me they saw a ghost, I would go, oh shit, that's crazy. I wouldn't go, you were drunk, you don't know what you were seeing. So what if you saw a fucking table flip over? You saw your TV fly across the room. That you were just seeing things.
Like Rick and Morty or whatever.
fart.
With the fucking fart.
What are you guys' opinion on aliens?
Fart.
But you know, who's to say that just because we can't comprehend it, that they don't have that shit? Like they can't do that from where they are.
I guess the question, well, as we understand physics, it seems really unlikely that they would come, because the closest like habitable star and planet that we found is like 10 light years
Well, what
away.
if it's not planetary? What if it's dimensional?
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. I just don't know why would they come. Like, do you believe in like close encounters, like people have been abducted and shit?
I think so. I think
I like that Post Malone totally just hit like I forget what that movie was called. There was some movie about like, what if a person could use 100% of their brain? What if it's not planetary? What if it's dimensional? And then it starts zooming out to like the universe while music plays. That was just, he hit that so profoundly. The little green fellas. The little green fellas, them. See, I've had experiences seeing UFOs. Whether they were aliens or not, I do not know. But I've literally seen a thing flying through the sky, blast off and be gone, and then like in this matter of a second, I've seen things hover in the sky, 3 over each other, and shoot up. I've seen a bunch in a row, like a ton in the sky at once, like line up to do like different formations and stuff, and then they just like wait there for a long time. Could it just be government testing drones and different things? Totally could be. But that doesn't negate from what I've seen. See, there's theories on how to expand the, like, your planet's ability to have, like, control over the galaxy or whatever that you live in. And if aliens have reached that point, then it wouldn't be too complicated for them to then, you know, like, obviously, space and time, that's the issue. But there's obviously enough that we don't understand that they might. Yeah, they also said there might be sea aliens, so we never know. Who knows where they're coming from?
I think that there's weird.
God damn it. Nessie might just be an alien. Mm-hmm. The weirdest one I saw is, I made a video about this though. The weirdest thing I saw was me and my friend were walking at 3 a.m. and I saw what I thought was a drone flying above all the houses. And we were walking to the skate park because we're going to get there at 6 a.m. We were walking 3 hours to the skate park. And we see this drone flying over for a while. And all of a sudden, the drone emits a green energy field. Literally, it looks like a blob of green energy. And then it's just gone. And the whole thing has disappeared. I don't see any of the lights anymore, any of the stuff but I'm telling you, it was like, it had these different lights on it. And all of us, that's why I thought it was a drone, because I could see the different lights. But then one of the lights just goes, for a good 2-3 seconds and emits this big energy blob. And then I don't see any lights anymore and it's gone. And maybe the thing just caught on fire and exploded. That's a possibility. But that's not what it looked like at all. And it was, like I said, it was 3 a.m. I don't know. But it was also pretty big. The ocean's more scary than space because you can't see in the ocean. At least in space, you can see. You can see far. The sun.
Shit that goes on fucking every day.
Because here's the thing. If people were... You hear all these stories about people being abducted, and it's always weird desert people. They're always a little screw loose. And there's never been any proof. If you're on a spacecraft...
desert people.
It's true. They a little screw loose. Grab something from the plane. Take a picture of it. There's never been any actual proof. It's just a lot of anecdotes by people who hang out in the desert looking for UFOs all night.
I mean, shit, I think it's super fucking interesting. And there's shit that, have you seen the videos of the fucking, trumpet sounds, fucking in the sky?
Yeah, I've heard of
it.
It's
fucking terrifying.
Can we find that? Can you pull that up?
It's terrifying.
What is it?
Look up just,
I think it's...
What are they called?
Some people say it's just government
Sky
doing
something.
Tests, running some
Alien
tests.
sky.
I think there's just some explanation for, how it occurs naturally.
Well, they say it's fucking tectonic plates, but I've never heard a tectonic plate move in my fucking life. They can't explain it.
Well, if the tectonic plates move, then
why would it
be
be coming from the sky?
Yeah,
why,
I've heard that it was some kind of atmospheric pressure,
gases.
Yeah,
I
could see.
Bro, it sounds vocal though.
No, yeah, I want to say that too. Shout out Alex, because when they talked about it on the podcast, I was like, ooh, shout out my boy. That's how it's done. It's all about the consistency and the hammering it in and keeping on. And yeah, everyone did a great job on the video. I was really I was astonished by how many people you got on. Truly remarkable. No, I just thought it was so funny because I was like, this is truly a treasure trove, an immense, beautiful thing. And it'll help so many minds. It'll change so many haters to fans. They just need to know the truth.
It sounds vocal. It's
I really
the
want to hear it.
strangest shit.
I've never heard it. How do you call it?
It gives me chills.
What am I looking for?
What are they called? They're called, look up strange
sky
noises in the sky.
This?
It's like a trumpet.
Don't
Wait, how's it called? Go to the chat. They probably know.
It really sounds apocalyptic as fuck. It's terrifying.
What am I looking for?
I've actually never heard
Do you guys know the name of this shit?
Is it crazy?
Something about a trumpet.
Pink guy's an alien.
He's an alien. He's
God trumpet. Just type space or sky trumpet or some shit, I think.
They say it's fake.
I've never
They're
heard
saying
it.
it's fake, but dude, it's
Well, let's
crazy.
find out.
Let's take a look at it.
Not alien sky trumpet. Oh, there, that's it. At the top, 6 minutes.
Alien butt trumpet.
6 minutes of this?
Oh, this is gaff.
Why do I feel like this is the one they should have been watching?
Whoa, you hear that noise? Sounds like jumping noises. Damn. Ooh, is it like a... Wow, looks like that's a whole to a sequel. Whoa.
There's honestly too much lore to be aware of. Even just going down, I was not expecting me going down the iceberg to take this many streams, I've got to be honest. But hey, it's ripe for content.
Well, I just want to hear it once. 1.5 million people are down with this. Oh, wow. That is fucking spooky.
Is the sound working?
It's not feeding to me. You guys can hear it out there.
We can hear
Pause
it.
it, Hila? Hold on, guys. We're trying to make sure you guys can hear this spooky ass shit.
War of the World.
Fire song.
Yeah, we make a fire, gritty beat.
Much fucking like. There's no way that.
Yeah, I hear now.
Okay, so I have to switch to this. Somehow it got switched.
Okay.
Try it again now. And tell me if you hear it.
It did the right and left on my headphones, and I thought I was fucking with my own headphone settings for a second. I got scared. I was like, wait, what's happening?
Look at this chat.
Jason, when you do the edit, just cut like this kind of shit.
Fast.
You
It's
just cut it out. It doesn't matter.
Holy shit.
Even if it's a little harsh. Can you hear it?
Can you hear it?
Yeah. I can't hear it.
But we can't hear it now. Complicated stuff.
I really want to hear the sky track.
And I've seen like even like the first.
Oh,
week.
here we go. We got it. Okay.
Do we?
You'll have to be quiet because you guys are coming through the same feed.
Okay. Shh.
Is it playing?
Play it, Hila. So this is just a video. I would need like. That is insane.
War of the Worlds. War of the Worlds.
This guy's just shitting his pants right now. I have a hard time believing that's real.
Maybe it was the government doing tests to see if people would have religious, they'd start having like religious freakouts, thinking that the end of the world's happening, and the sirens have started calling. But I didn't see the ghost story in here. I don't want to keep scrubbing through. I'm going to click on one more, get a ghost story. These should really be labeled as the names rather than just the numbers. I feel like that would help a lot. Because trying to click through, I like.
What have ever happened to you? Ghost stories.
Yes, I do.
You do? Okay, God bless you. What do you got for me?
So I was dating this girl. No.
Every time I see him now, I just think of the fucking Shaquille O'Neal photo. I want to just pull it up, and I'm not going to do that to him every time. He's apologized. He's apologized for it.
My ex, but the other ex, before Epic Mealtime ever happened.
I appreciate everybody for coming
in my
to the
basement. And I always felt like weird vibes in my basement. Like I'd wake up sometimes and I felt like I couldn't breathe, you know? And I'm not someone who's like, there's ghosts, but I am someone like, maybe there's ghosts, you know? I'm like, I'm very like, anything is possible to exist or not exist. Who knows?
Go to certain trouble. Can someone grab him? Let him out of the room.
And so what happened was there's this ghost in history or in different cultures that sits on your chest.
I've heard, yeah.
And you could wake up maybe like, or in your dream you can't breathe, or you're kind of awake and you know you're napping, but you can't breathe. And it's like hard to breathe. And it's like there's this I experienced it. I remember experiencing it and Googling it and then finding that in culture there's just like this ghost that sits on your chest. Whatever, it's a thing. Whatever. I had these weird experiences. And then I remember being in bed with my girlfriend at the time, and it felt like we're both in bed, and I wake up, it's like 4 a.m. and it's black in the room, all the lights are off, and it felt like someone was at the edge of the bed, kind of like pushing down on the bed, and it felt like the bed was moving a bit, and I felt that, and my face was up against the wall, so I like put my finger on the wall to see if my finger was moving or if I was just imagining this bounce, and I felt my finger like going on the wall. So I was like, feels like someone's here. And so I roll over this way. So I'm facing her now, but I don't know if she's facing me or if she's sleeping, whatever. And I roll over and she just goes, Harley. And I was like, what? She goes, there's someone here. And I look at the foot of the bed and
that shit would scare me more than someone being in the room. That would scare me way more than just seeing somebody there. There's somebody here. That shit is terrifying.
Everything's black, but at the foot of the bed, it's extra black. Like really dark, like ultimate darkness. So there's just like two things you could do here. I could scream at the top of my lungs, or I could fight. I kind of did a mix of both. I like stood up and I was like, ah! And like fell through whatever was there or wasn't there, and my light is behind it. So when I fell through it, I hit my light, and my light turns on, and she's got tears all over her face. She was like, there was a ghost here for like 20 minutes. I swear he was there. Don't freak out. And I totally thought there was a ghost. I was like, oh, don't worry. I wasn't going to be like, oh my God, I felt it too. So I was like, oh, don't worry, you stupid idiot. You thought there was a ghost here? No, that's so dumb.
See, here's my biggest thing. I've never been afraid of ghosts because I feel like I have a strong spirit. So if they kill me, I'm going to come back as a ghost. Then it's a fair fight. So like, what do I really have to be afraid of?
You must feel foolish. And I'm like, well, just keep the TV on if it makes you feel better. I'm like putting the TV on and keeping the light on and everything. And like, it was a weird encounter. Fast forward a week from then. I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm just drenched in sweat. Like I'm sweating, I'm drenched, and I'm like full on like having rage sex. And I'm like, what?
When you wake up.
I wake up and I'm doing it and I'm like covered.
Bro's a mid-hammering. What? What? Like, bro, come on.
Covered in sweat, and I was like, what?
You're
in
a sexual act when you
I'm having sex.
Okay.
I'm having sex right now, and I'm like, what is... I like pull out, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, what's going on? She's like, what are you doing? I was like, what happened here? She was like, I don't know. You just got really one-track minded about it, and you wanted to do it. And I was like,
She went, I don't know, like, are we done? What's up?
Did this? She's like, yeah. I'm like, it wasn't me. And she was like, no, it was you. And I'm like, no, I think that was the ghost from the other week that did this. And she was like, what are you talking about? And I was just like, I don't know. I'm sweating and I don't remember starting this. And that's not, when do I ever do this? And I don't want to do this. And I think he's fucking with us, or he fucked you, or whoever that is, or whoever the ghost was, that I didn't do this. Look.
The ghost fucked you, babe. Fuck. He used me as his ghost dick. Fuck. What do I do? This is probably the craziest one.
Look at me. I'm soft now. I don't even want to be here. I didn't want this activity to occur.
You were actually having sex with your girlfriend.
I was fully having sex. Okay, I woke up and I was in the middle of sex.
And then all of a sudden you were like, wait.
I was like, whoa, I'm awake now. Right. Who did this? She was like, you're being weird. Why don't you just bang this one out and let's get back to bed? And I was like, no, tell me, how did we get to this place?
Crazy.
And she was like, you did this. She was like, you woke me up, you didn't say anything, you were just really one-track minded about it. And I was like, whoa, oh my God.
Is that the only time that's ever happened to you?
Those are the only scenarios that happened. Her and I didn't stay together much longer anyways, and I didn't stay in that house much longer anyways. So I don't know if it was her or the house, but those were the encounters. That time that a ghost fucked my girlfriend.
Oh no!
Yeah, and used
through
me
your dick. Yeah,
used my pathetic dick as a mere vessel for this.
Of all the dicks in the world,
of all the disappointing dicks in the world, mine was selected as ghost dick.
All right,
to be exercised.
I'm telling you, man. Tragic stuff.
Oh no, not really.
How are you going to deny Harley his story? You're going to say that you don't think that was real? Disgraceful.
You guys ask like ghost story questions, but like, do you guys believe in
No,
ghosts?
Zach,
No.
watch the show.
So sorry to interrupt. We got
No, I don't.
Yeah, me neither.
That's why we never liked that segment, even though the fans like it, because it's always
the
like
whole time you're just thinking this is bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm thinking this person's full of crap, and I always preface it with saying, I don't believe in any of this shit.
Yeah.
You went ghost hunting for a video once.
And it was a
right?
disaster.
It was awful.
Oh, with posts.
Everybody
that's
got
right.
angry at me because I
Yeah.
wasn't taking it seriously.
Yeah. Well, too bad.
We went to like the scariest place.
It was so dumb. It was
The
just a
devil's
creep.
jaw.
The
or
devil's
whatever.
asshole.
Some scary place in the middle of the night. And there was nothing there except some crickle noises and crickets and
And then what they do is they whip out these like apps. It's like, yeah, on the app store it's gonna be picking up ghost sounds. And then it's like,
Oh, for like the ecto detector.
That's where you're going wrong, bro. Let me show you.
go.
Whatever.
I sucked balls when I was a girl. I'd be like, whoa, crazy. That ghost just said he sucked balls when he was a girl. I sucked balls.
Well, so if you think it's so stupid, why do you want to do this Queen Mary thing?
I think
You're
it'll be
just gonna think
funny.
it's stupid,
I think
too.
it will be funny.
All right.
We just want to do a Halloween episode.
I
feel you on
think
that.
that it will be funny because I'll go there unspookable where I went with Post. He wanted to be spooked. He wanted to believe. I did not want to believe. I'm unspookable. But what if I do get spooked? That's funny. That's tense. There's a lot happening. But Ian and Zach will be scared. I think Dan, the ghost will get to Dan.
I don't know why you feel like that.
I think Dan will ultimately get spooked.
Well, how are Ian and Zach feeling about Ghost? I don't think we've ever discussed that.
If you aren't spending $400 for the Para Force 4C, whatever how the fuck you say this, the paranormal music box, are you even trying? Look at this. This is the real deal. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. 17 layers of maple or whatever the fuck this wood is. It comes with a gorilla pod. They have all types of stuff here. The REM pod. Only $169 for this little light up device. And you think you can get the same you think you can get the same quality on a fucking phone app? Not even close.
Yeah, you're spookable.
Well, here's the thing. Halloween's my favorite holiday. But as far as like paranormal activity, I don't know if I necessarily believe in it. I'm just scared of it.
See, Alex, but that's where you're mistaken. Because regardless of what your instincts do, it's all about your perception of the moment. Fear is just an increase in your adrenaline. You know, you're getting an increase in adrenaline and a drop in, I forget what the fuck the other chemicals are. There's a few chemical reactions that are happening. So it's just about regulating your system and understanding that the moment that you're in is merely a presentation of those chemical reactions happening. And then you can overcome through things like Reiki and meditation.
Scared of it being real.
There you go.
So you believe in
he's
something.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
He entertains.
You're
the
gonna have a hard
possibility.
time in there. Ian?
I don't believe in any of it. I think I'm unspookable.
We may need to
Wow.
change plans.
Well, no, it'll be interesting. We're all unspookable except Zach.
We're just gonna be like, here's the
You know what we should
shitty
do is just
hotel.
be going through, and then all of us stop walking, and then Zach starts wandering like for a minute by himself, and he goes, "Guys," and then we're all gone.
Just fuck with Zach.
Yeah, just fuck with
the
Zach.
segment? Okay.
Just next time, go to a mental asylum. Go to a haunted mental asylum. So that way, when you guys don't get scared, you just get really sad instead. You're just like, damn. All these people were fucking abused here. That's why this building doesn't exist anymore, because all of these mentally, the mentally infirmed or whatever they called them back then, were viciously abused in this building. Their spirits may not lie here, but their stories still do. God.
Do you think that place you went to, because you were in a group, it made it less scary?
They were trying to be scared. I don't know. I mean, if I was by myself, I wouldn't even know that the place was being haunted.
The only
I'm more
reason-
scared of homeless people
That's
than I
what
am
I was
of
gonna
ghosts.
say. And the only reason
Of
it was
tweakers.
scary, it was like we were in the middle of nowhere in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I'm scared of tweakers stabbing with their AIDS needles more than ghosts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do actually.
See, I won't do like the jump scare haunted houses though.
No, fuck that. Always fuck that.
I don't want to have a heart attack.
That shit is not cool. Ian's gonna do that. The salary.
That's the thing is, your body will go fight or flight, and you just have to start going fight. Start throwing knees. Get ready. Throw a couple elbows. Just be ready to go.
Employee, right, Ian?
Yeah, right.
Well, I think the Queen Mary will be fine.
So, oh yeah, this is right before they went on the Queen Mary. Oh, Gabe's ghost story here. Little follow.
Well, we used to live in a...
It's me. I'm
Should I
creeping
start?
Colin.
guys, he's trying to tell the story.
Okay, I just wanted to appreciate Ian's background here for a second.
Where did
Okay,
my?
I'm sorry,
where did
Gabe.
my,
I'm sorry for interrupting. Go ahead.
Wait, where did my bullshit area go?
What?
It is?
Oh, see, I knew it was coming today. Confronting two Andrew Tate Sims. Sims. Why'd Bradley get the X? They didn't even show his watch face. Did him so dirty. Look how green Ethan's is. No, get his beard off.
What's that? Oh, yeah, it is.
My
Sorry,
God.
Gabe. Yeah, go ahead, Gabe.
Man, it's good. We used to live in a 2-bedroom house when I was a kid. Every time we go to the basement, there's like a little crawl space room underneath the kitchen. That's like the scary part. My grandma used to say, get out of there. There's a moo in there.
A what?
So, a moo. It's like a monster or a ghost. So every time I hear that story, like I get scared of the dark. So don't go in that forbidden room where it's like all like gravel and cobwebs and a small tiny crawl space in the basement. That's like my scary part as a kid.
Did you ever see any paranormal activity down there?
No.
No.
Oh.
No, he never went down there. His grandma told him, and he knew. He knew better.
It's just my grandma gives me that fear. Every time it gets dark in the basement, I get scared.
Were you the one that you suggested that you wanted to tell this story?
That's like my only ghost story.
Ian, you said he brought this story, right?
Yeah, I asked Nick what Gabe would want to do for a birthday sleepover, and he told me ghost stories.
That was good.
So,
Gabe probably wants to hear your guys' ghost stories. Why would Gabe just want to sit around telling his ghost stories?
Just making sure we got the whole story.
Yeah.
Yep.
What kind of stuff did you think was down there?
A monster.
What kind of monster?
I don't know, like one of those goblin things, like
Yeah,
you see in Bugs Bunny. That.
Yeah.
That orange monster.
The hairy one.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Or some monster that glows or something, or a ghost.
You know where I used to get freaked out? I had an attic at the house I grew up in. Mm-hmm. My dad kept weird stuff up there. He would collect goods, and he sometimes gets these crazy ideas that he thinks is going to be this genius investment. He has 10 Pee-wee's Playhouse toy sets.
Dude, can I buy one?
He probably already sold them, and all kinds of weird shit up there, baseball cards and stuff. But we would go up there, man, and it was very spooky, dude. Very spooky.
Wow.
There was just one pull.
This is what Gabe was talking about. I didn't know that its name was Gossamer. I never knew that. Gossamer. What a weird name.
Light. It's hot. There's spiders.
Oh my god.
Weird. My dad's weird crap.
Scared.
I didn't see any ghosts though either.
Yeah.
I've never seen a ghost.
I
Have
haven't-
you?
Nah.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I don't think so. Oh, as a kid,
I've seen
yeah.
a ghost. I've seen a ghost.
You've seen a ghost?
A few years ago.
Oh. I'm looking at a ghost right now.
Here's
Because
Olivia's
the man's
ghost
dead
story.
to me.
Oh.
What did I do?
Nothing.
Oh, maybe not.
I'm just doing gags here.
All right, Olivia.
You won.
Tell us about the time you saw a ghost. Olivia's got a real ghost story.
Yeah, I have a real ghost story.
I mean, gotta be honest, kind of some queen shit. She was kind of just like, we'll just move on. Okay, whatever. For the show, just keep it going, keep it rolling.
So a few years ago, when the Elvis movie came out, I went on a date with this boy who I thought looked like Elvis. And I was like, we should go see Elvis.
He didn't, for the record.
He did. And after the movie, he started saying a lot of facts about Elvis that I was like, how would you know that?
Like personal details?
Yeah, just like
I forgot she did this. Never mind. Unqueen shit. She's just bullshitting. No. We won't take it back. Just we won't be rude.
When this specific scene in the movie happened, that's what he was feeling. And I was like, how would...
So he looked like Elvis and he knew a lot of like Elvis trivia?
Yeah, but that's not it, okay? Because when we were driving home, we were on the freeway heading towards my house, and he literally disappeared.
And he said, see you later.
There was
Mom.
nobody in the driver's seat. We were just driving.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
And I never saw him again.
What are you talking about?
This is what happened to me.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
What is happening?
She's just retelling that one episode of Supernatural
Right now.
I'm telling you something that happened to me.
So, hold on. I've got to understand the mechanics.
You went on a date with Elvis.
Yeah.
But it was actually a ghost.
No, it was Elvis.
It was Elvis.
Where did you
He
meet
wanted
this?
to see his movie.
Where did you meet this
How
young
did
man?
you bring the car to a rest?
Have you ever taken a Waymo? They're like the driverless cars. It was like that. He was driving.
Where did you meet Elvis?
I met him outside the mall.
And were you coming or going?
I was coming, he was going.
And he said, and how did the conversation start?
He said, hey, little lady.
Hey, little lady.
I mean, there was no reason to not believe her because, like, she just started so, like, authentically, like, I have a real ghost story. Yeah, it happened a couple years ago. It was Elvis Presley. Saw him on the toilet. He was all like, oh, don't look at me. And then he was gone.
Lady, and you said?
No,
I said, wow.
Hey, little mom.
I said, wow, you look like someone.
I saw a video of Elvis today, and I was like, his voice is way higher than I thought, because everybody always does a, hey, primo. Oh, yeah. Oh. But that's just Johnny Bravo. Elvis didn't sound like that at all.
I've seen before.
Mm-hmm. You guys hit it off.
Yeah, we
did. You
did.
exchanged phone numbers?
I think I fell in love with him.
How did he know when to pick you up? Did you exchange phone numbers?
No, by letter. He didn't know how to use a phone.
At your house.
He didn't know how to use a phone.
Did you tell him your address?
No, he just knew.
Okay.
So talk about the Colonel? The car crashed.
The Colonel? Mm-hmm.
Do you believe this?
And then I woke up.
Would believe it. It might be
and
true.
then the ghost of Muhammad Ali came and started driving the car.
Yeah, he carried me home.
Very funny, AB. I totally believe you, Olive. I 100% believe you.
Wait, were you tricking
and
us?
I believe you.
No, that happened.
Oh.
That's real.
Okay.
Wow.
Let's fucking go.
I got a story about a car. It's not necessarily a ghost story, but I had a friend run over a dog Christmas
hold on.
Eve.
You got a story about a car and it's not a ghost story?
Is this Keemstar?
So why? What is the relevance?
Are you talking about
It's because it's a real
Keemstar?
story, dude. Yeah, well, maybe. He ran over a dog on Christmas Eve.
That's what Keemstar did.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
It's rumored that dog spirit visits Keemstar every year around this time.
You think so?
He hears the faint barking outside his window.
Why do you think it's the biggest drinking night of the year? He's got to drown out the noise.
Shh. Do you hear that? Every night, Keemstar goes to the window. Swear, I hear a dog. Certain nights he got so spooked he went out and checked the parameter, thinking there must be a dog out here.
The parameter.
Sometimes the barking was yelping. Cries for help.
I did not fuck my dog.
Didn't you say that?
I didn't say that. Okay. Those are the ghost stories. A big segment for quite a while. Zach's lawn shit. Zach once had to shit so bad, he pulled his car over while driving and shit on some dude's lawn. He would later admit to taking a picture of said lawn shit. Here's my funniest shit-related story. One time, me and my family were at a restaurant, and my father has always had very loose bowels. He can never hold himself, so he's like, I gotta go. If I gotta go, I gotta go. So he didn't shit himself, luckily. He didn't have to shit on the floor anywhere. But he left my mom and my sister at the restaurant because he was like, we're only like 5 minutes. We're like 5 to 10 minutes, or it was probably like 7 minutes from home. Yeah, like in between 5 and 10 minutes to drive back home. So we drove all the way home so he could use the restroom, and then he drove back to pick them up. Because they were just like taking their time coming out to the car after, like they were packing up their food and stuff. It was probably the funniest thing I've ever seen. Just had them calling, being like, "Where did you guys go? What?" And him just being like, "I had to. I'm sorry. Couldn't deal with it."
What did you say, Zach?
I said, you've never done that?
Have you shit in a flower bed?
I've shat on some dude's lawn before.
Why did you do that, Zach?
So it's when I was in school, and it was very early.
The way he said that sounded like it was an intentional thing, as like a prank or like a diss or something.
In the morning, and the shit's hit me on the freeway, and I get off, and I'm looking for a gas station or something, and there's nothing. It's all residential area. So I literally had to shit on some dude's lawn. I had no choice. I tried shitting my pants in the...
Olivia's fast because of her acting chops. She's got it on the fly. It's all that improv testing that they do. She had to do a SAT for improvisation.
the car, but my body would just not let me.
Okay, so hold on. Paint a picture for me.
Okay.
You pooped on someone's lawn when you were 4. That's hilarious. No, you don't have to feel too bad about that, though. One time my mom had to stop a kid from pooping at the park. He did it like a dog. He literally dug a hole and then started pooping in it. And my mom was like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Because he was probably 3. He was 2 or 3. And then they lived really close. So she gave him to her or to his brother or to his sisters and was like, take him home. He's pooping. He needs to go to the bathroom. Take him, please.
You're driving. You're in a residential.
Yeah.
And then so it's just some random guy, his grass, you would imagine it, a normal house with a normal front yard with grass.
Mm-hmm.
And how far up into the grass did you go to dump?
3 feet. It was early in the morning, so I knew no one was up.
Dude, that is insane. And also just I just, what do you mean no one's out in the morning? They're joggers. They're early morning moms taking their babies for fucking early walks.
5 a.m.?
No, it was 8.
Oh, 8?
That's not early. That's not even early at all. People are literally leaving to go to work.
8, dude.
They're at work.
But I was in and out in 10 seconds. And it was just running down my legs. It was fucking awful.
And so when you went about 3 feet into the grass, you just squatted and then just let everything go and then ran back in the car and bounced?
Yep, that's it.
Man, can you imagine getting that on camera?
You took off your pants and everything?
Wait.
I dropped them below the knees and just went.
How old were you?
I was at
a few months
community
ago,
college. No. This was probably about 2 years ago.
Oh.
I mean, that's just the same. Zach was like, no. I haven't done this recently. It's been a few years. That's not any better, my friend.
Kind of a few months ago, pretty much. Wait, were you working for us?
Yeah, it was.
My mom shit herself on her first date with my now stepdad. That just proves that love conquers all things. It's just about you have to just get past the shit and you make it to the greatness.
It was pretty early on, but yeah.
Were you on your way into work? Were you on your way to work?
No, I was on my way to an 8 a.m. class, and I was drinking
right,
coffee
used to be
that
in
morning. Oh my god! And I'm like, fuck.
So wait, hang on. Do you know why you had such crazy diarrhea? Did you eat something the day before?
I think it was the coffee that did it, because coffee.
Just
usually
coffee
makes me
alone
shit.
ain't gonna make you shit on someone's lawn, bro.
No, dude, my coffee fucks my stomach up, man.
Oh, can we get some coffee? You see, I'm not unfazed. I just want coffee now. By the way, my GERD is doing much better. You guys may have noticed.
Great. So let's drink coffee and ruin it.
Can you?
He's doing really great to this day. Zach defends his lawn shit.
Performing on the biggest stage in the world was just one step in my journey. Hi, I'm Ron.
You know what is alpha though, which doesn't scare me?
Little bro want to poop? Let bro poop. In nature, it's natural. What's the problem?
Taking a shit on a dude's lawn.
Right.
Yeah, right. You do.
Which Zach has done famously. Had to pull over and take a diarrhea on the dude's lawn.
I had no choice.
You left it there though.
I did, yeah.
Truly.
I had no choice.
You're like a terrorist. You're a bioterrorist. You should be investigated.
Bathroom terrorist.
You should be investigated by the FBI. That's a federal crime to shit on someone's lawn.
I still just don't get how they can just not give you an answer for the whole.
I think it's an alpha play. I think they're dominating.
They just
Zach.
like shrug.
I think
Just
they're.
like, oh.
Is your brother an alpha, Zach?
Yeah, he is.
Because I know Todd is an alpha.
He is. He's got.
So
the
I think
Todd
they're
tag.
asserting dominance on you, Zach. I think you're the beta of the family.
I think it's not the act of shitting with the door open, but rather the smell more wafting out.
For me, it's everything.
Yeah, it's all.
It's
That's
so
all part of
shocking
it.
to
Yeah.
see somebody in there with their pants down.
You never shit with the door open?
I do, and it's just me and Hila at home.
Even that. I wouldn't do that in front of my girlfriend.
I don't prefer to. I close the door. But like sometimes we're in the bathroom together and it just goes down that way.
I'd wait.
You'll see it in 40 minutes, but a comment's a comment, so I appreciate it.
Well, me and Hila have been together a lot longer than you, Dan. So
that's
maybe
fair
you'll
enough.
be gifted enough to be able to shit
In a
front of-
decade, in a decade,
Yeah.
maybe I'll take a shit in front of Allie.
We're running late. We're officially 1 minute late. Am I blocking it? Oh, blocking it. We're officially 1 minute late. Oh no.
You shit in front of Lena?
No. I'm very shit shy.
No, you're shit shy.
That's the term. Shit shy.
Shit shy.
Well, anyway, FaZe Blanks and Mike definitely shit with the door open because that's alpha as fuck. So here's FaZe Blanks on this dude Aiden Ross's. I love to track down. Do you remember the house shit on their lawn, Zach? Like, I love to track them down.
I remember the exact location, and from time to time, I'll still visit it.
We should send
what?
Yeah, I'll still visit it.
I'm late on the poll.
Visit the spot.
Serial killers always return to the scene of the crime.
Poll today.
Zach, what do you mean you still visit it? That's freaking.
It's the landmark. I'm proud of it. I don't know.
Zach, you got issues, bro. I was saying we should knock on that door and see if they remember and maybe get them to call in.
I mean, they have to. How often do you have human
Is
feces
somebody willing
show
to
up
go
on your?
knock on the door?
I'll do it.
No, not you.
What?
Zach.
I'll do
You
it.
can't be the one that says,
That's
"Hi,
crazy.
I shit on your grass. I want to." AB, you'll knock and just say, "What would you say if someone answered the door?"
I would dress up first and be like, "Hello, ma'am."
Class action
Okay, I'm
lawsuit.
about to put this up. I'm giving you quite a few options today because they've been kind of going within the first 20 minutes. So we're going 10, 15, 20, or 30 minutes. Because I feel like after 20, they just say, fuck it. Just do it at 12:30.
Dude, heading your way.
This is strange. I'm not selling you anything, but
Hide your tats, right?
I'd hide my tats, exactly. I'd
Yeah.
stand like this, put my hands behind my back, and be like, "Did you ever find shit on your front lawn?" And I'd be like, "I think, can I come in? I think we need to talk." No, I'm just playing. I'd be like,
FBI, ma'am.
I honestly,
We're
I don't
doing
know.
an
I haven't had enough time to think this through. This is a tricky situation.
I think you should say like,
Excuse me, ma'am. We've had a high volume of lawn shitters. They've been coming in high velocity as well. But we need to talk. You seem to have been patient zero.
Oh, that is a good angle, Ethan.
Fake FBI.
Just pretend like you're investigating it. You got a serial pooper, and you're just trying to find out
No,
if they have
I would
any
say,
information.
I would say, hi, ma'am. I have a question that might seem a little silly to you. Do you remember how long ago this was, Zach?
2018.
18?
Yeah.
Oh, we should look up the records on that house and see if it's been sold since then.
I'll
that we'll know.
I'll get you the address. Yeah.
So if it hasn't been sold, you go, ma'am, this might seem a little awkward, or I apologize, but do you remember like a big human poop on your lawn sometime around 2018? Because we know who did it. And if they say yes, then you say, well, he's a member on our crew. We have a show, and we were curious if you'd be willing to call in and talk.
Was there a man who shit on your lawn in 2019? Well, we finally found out who did it. Would you like to speak with him?
Talk about the experience.
Would you like his address so you could go return the favor?
Also, yeah, we want to hold him accountable for what he did to you.
Right. Yeah. I have like a big picture of Zach, and
I would be honored.
We want
if
to find
that
out how he
happened.
can make it right.
Okay, so
I have a picture of the shit.
So we're really doing it?
Oh, fuck.
Sorry, what? You took a picture of it?
Yeah.
Okay, dude, you really are like a serial
That
killer.
is you have never shared. That's a new
He lied. He said he was in and out in 10 seconds, but he had time to take a photo. Zach, we're reading through right now. We're seeing, we're reading between the lines. You wanted to shit on this lawn. You could have fucking made it home. You wanted to shit on this lawn just to say that you did. You were like, oh, it's going to happen. Why not?
What?
detail.
I've said that. I said that when I told the story.
Don't
Yeah.
No, he didn't say
I
that.
don't think you said
Check
that.
the tape. Check the tape.
Zach, this gets weirder and weirder. You took a photo and you keep visiting the site. I don't understand your fascination and pride with this.
That is
That is quite literally serial killer energy. I just keep going back to the scene of the crime. It just gives me a thrill to know what I've done.
Like, have you shit on anyone else's lawn?
No. First timer.
First and only.
First and only, yeah.
And now tell me, what makes you so proud about this? Can you break that down?
True. Having the guest in the studio might make him start a little bit earlier. My one fear, my major fear, would be that Steiny tries to pull some shit and would bring Andrew Tate. I don't think he's that stupid. But I don't know what Andrew Tate's been up to. Isn't he like banned from Florida now? So I don't know where he's at. And I wouldn't put it past Steiny, but I don't think he's that dumb to do that. Because he would just get kicked out immediately. But that would definitely prolong our wait. But that is my only concern.
Reminds me of the serial pooper in like Australia.
Right.
Or what was
We
that?
covered that story.
I think it's Australia.
It was just such a when the feeling of having to shit so bad, you get the sweats and it's so
Yeah.
disheartening.
Right.
So it was such an experience and almost trauma that you have to go back and almost revisit that.
It doesn't.
Okay, but
it
you're
sounds
saying
like
pride.
joy.
You're saying
Yeah.
pride.
Doesn't
Where's
sound
the
like-
See, I wouldn't put it past Steiny, but it sounds like they got a new security guard that's willing to shoot to kill. So they go, get the fuck off the property now.
After I relieved myself, it was such a monumental turd. How could I not?
So you were proud of the size of the excrement, not
Yes.
necessarily the act.
Did
of
you
doing
show
it.
it to anyone?
I don't think so.
Will you show it to one of the crew members?
Yeah.
AB, can you preview that? Okay, thank you. AB's
I have to
gonna look-
find the photo.
Okay,
What-
tell us when you find it, and then AB, you take a look and give us a visual.
Was it like? I don't know if this is too detailed, but was it like solid or all over the place?
It was like portioned in like one.
It's disgusting.
I don't know how to describe it. I'm gonna have to show it.
Okay, we're gonna get the photo up. We're gonna move on for now, but
Yeah.
please let us know when you find the photo, and then AB will review it. Okay?
You got it.
All right. Exciting. I didn't know we had a photo of the damn thing. That's crazy.
I think I said that when I initially told this.
We'll have to
feel
go
like
back
it's
and
news to
find
all
that
of us.
episode. Yeah, but I don't remember that detail.
Damn. I'm disturbed.
I don't think they ever show it because it's
I'm
a
fucking
photo
proud
of
of
shit.
it, dude. I mean,
Kidding.
2000.
I'm kidding.
We could take a poll if people want to see it or not.
Oh, I think Ethan posted it on Twitter or something. I think he ended up posting it on Twitter because I remember they did not show it.
AB, describe your live reaction to the photo.
All right, here we go. I kind of glanced for a second by accident.
All right, go ahead.
It's pretty impressive, huh?
Zach. Dude, I don't believe this is a human shit.
That's a shit, all right.
Describe it.
Zoom in.
AB's actually about to fucking throw up looking at this. I relate to him, honestly, because I have fucked up friends that'll just send pictures of their shit to group chats because they're fucking diabolical monsters. And I told them they're going to get it one day. They don't know how. I don't really know how either, but it's coming. It is.
You see the peanut in there?
It looks, dude. I usually don't get queasy. I swear to God, it looks like.
Scroll to the other picture.
Hold on, Zach. Hold on. Let him take it in. Let him experience it. Take your time, AB.
Dude, usually I don't get worked up by shit. Cause I swear to God, I worked at a doctor's office. Zach, this is no way. This is it. Oh, he did go back.
Okay, wait.
Ian, will you look at this?
He has multiple photos.
Please, come on.
Ian, come on.
Bro's got a before and after showing the decay state of it. That's disgusting.
Do it for the show. Ian's not looking. Okay, describe it to us. I don't know what you're seeing.
It's brown, and there's a lot of it. It's not solid. It's definitely not solid.
Okay.
I think we get it. It's poop. Disgusting. Crazy. Okay, I gotta pee so bad. Ian's gotta pee so bad. Is this the OG?
God, I have to pee so bad, but we don't have any more breaks.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna power through this.
Keep drinking.
That's always the key. Drink more.
Always says when you have to pee, you don't drink.
Yeah.
But I've not really found that to be. Once I have to pee, I don't think that adding more liquid is necessarily gonna.
I don't know. Maybe
change
it's
the situation.
psychological, but I feel like it's got to make it worse.
I mean, you have to be right to an extent. Yeah.
And for some people, like they eat hot food on a hot day. So I don't know. Maybe
Who does that?
Crazy people.
You know, I read in Israel the Bedouin drink hot tea on hot days because it
Really?
makes them sweat and it cools them down. That did not make sense to me because you don't need help sweating. I called him a liar. They kicked me out.
Out of Israel?
Yeah, it was a bad day. I have a bunch of gifts here, which is kind of stupid to watch, but this thing cracked me up so much. This drunk guy at a party, I couldn't even believe this.
Did I miss it?
He's trying to get to the bathroom, and he's mistaken himself in the mirror for somebody else.
Oh
He
my
thinks
gosh.
that this guy is blocking his and in real
Yeah.
life.
I gotta pee so bad.
Really? Zach, what about you? You good?
I'm doing very well. Submitted some more school applications.
Excellent. Good. What's your dream school?
USC.
USC, huh?
Yeah.
University of Spoiled Children.
My dad is a diehard UCLA fan, and he would probably. You remember what Salt Bae did to that sandwich?
Well, the funny thing is, so am I. I love UCLA, but yeah.
Oh, that's all it was just a clip of Ethan
How are you
saying
going to
it.
pay for that? That's expensive, right?
I guess.
Can I ask you for a raise?
It's just because these should probably be labeled different then. They should probably be switched. Ian's got to pee so bad. Ethan's got to pee so bad. Ethan said it here. It's Ian's clip there. And then they need the one of him being like, oh, wait, what? What did you say? Just go to the bathroom. Oh. I wasn't me trying to mock Ethan. It was just that's kind of how he reacted to it. He's like, what happened? Whoa. But the Dr. Fidel deleted segment. It was long suspected that Jimmy Lee has histrionic personality disorder, and so they decided to have a doctor call into the podcast to diagnose him live on air. This would prove to be a bad call on the doctor's part, and we believe has since, so it's probably, we believe he has since been fired for, oh my god, I have the hiccups now. He has been fired for doing this. It is presumed that the segment was deleted for this reason. God damn it. I was getting Dr. Fidel mixed up with Dr. Ids earlier in the iceberg when we talked about Dr. Ids. The two things I remember from Dr. Fidel is that he took his shirt off trying to be sexy, trying to show off that six-pack, the washboard abs, and him, the one thing they like cut out was that he was totally, like they cut this out of the live, I think. Was this during the button or am I tripping? I just remember they were like, no, we can't talk about that because they were talking, he was talking about wanting to test Gabe to see if Gabe has some kind of mental whatever. And it's just like, there's no reason to try and... It's clear that that's just going to end up like singling out Gabe at the end of the day. When in reality, the point of like the reason that we love Gabe is just his personality as a whole, not like his demeanor or whatever. Not just his demeanor. It's his overall charm. It was before the button. Yeah, I think they just talked about it. I think I remember Ethan just saying like, no, we're not going to do that or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, I guess it wasn't buttoned. The Sharkies gift card. In the early days of the podcast, Ethan let Ian use his car for a day. In response, Ian got Ethan a $40 gift card to Sharkies seafood restaurant. This gesture of good faith spiraled into an absolute fiasco for Ethan and led to the two of them exchanging multiple Sharkies gift cards over the years as a gag. So here's the origin of the Sharkies gift card.
I gotta be...
We're 15 minutes right now. Let's see how we're going. Ooh. We got like an even split right now. It's 21-29. We're wrong on the 10 minutes. About to be wrong on the 15 minutes too. We're getting there. We got to pass like, 17 for it to be closer to 20 minutes. So we're getting there. But it'll start one of these days. We'll get there eventually. I saw this one. We'll get there eventually.
With Ian, our intern. He has caused me so much fucking grief. Ian, I'm pissed. Get Ian on the microphone. I need him involved in this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. One moment, sir.
I think you've got that. You have some kind of filter on that, by the way, Dan.
Does he?
How could that happen? I don't know what you mean. Here, we got him here. What do you want to say, Ian?
Are you there?
Hold on one second. Let me give him headphones.
Listen closely, Ian. I got a bone to pick, you son of a gun. So, Ian's car break. Are you there, Ian? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So his car broke. He just got a new car, and it broke down after a couple weeks. It was tragic. So we gave him our Prius, which we don't drive that much, and we said, borrow this for the next week, and God bless. And what he did, he got us a gift card for like $40 to Sharky's Mexican Grill as a thank you. And I'll tell you what, Ian, this card has been nothing but a fucking curse on my life. And I am so pissed at you. I've tried to use this card. I've wasted so much money trying to use this card. Sharkies, I don't want to eat Sharkies. I don't like their food. I don't like anything about Sharkies right now. I've gone there 3 times. I've ordered online, okay? And the card never works. And you end up paying for it yourself. This has happened 3.
I might leave if that happens to me. Like, honestly, if I go to a place and they're like, oh, you ordered online with a gift card, the gift card didn't work, you're gonna have to pay for all this. I'd go, I'll enjoy your guys' food later.
3 fucking times.
What's the problem? What do they say is
You
going
can't
on?
use it online. And I'm already to the point of no return where it's like, I'm not going to go, like, do you know how hard it is to make lunch plans, Ian? Do you understand how hard it is? Like, I can't go when I'm already at checkout and be like, oh, I'm going to go start over somewhere else. That's fucked. Do you know how hard it is to make lunch plans, Ian?
I mean, I can imagine.
I swear it just reloaded. Are we live? Oh. Bradley's gone. Oh no. Confronting the Nelk Boys on Andrew Tate affiliation. There's no more Brad. Damn. That's crazy. Brad couldn't handle it. He hopped out. He said, too much smoke. I'm hopping out the kitchen for this one. Come on, man. You were supposed to be Steiny's security, dude. Leaving the little guy all to defend himself.
Imagine.
Okay. What, you don't make lunch plans?
I mean, I've picked up lunch.
Okay.
For other people.
Ian's never made a lunch plan in his life. Trust me, it's hard. Okay? Now, I says to myself a couple days ago, 3 days ago, you know what? What are we going to eat for lunch? Let's go to Sharkies. I've got this fucking gift card. I'm sick of having it.
And we were also on a tight window because we had
Very
to
little time.
make it somewhere else.
I wanted Brad too, because I honestly think Brad's somewhat of a voice of reason. Like he's at least able to be reasoned with, where you could kind of confront him, talk to him, and he'll be able to understand the issues at hand. But there are a lot of people that, yes, Steiny's just going to end up fumbling this very harsh. He's going to look dumb because he's going to be trying to be like, well, bro, but we don't know what Andrew Tate did. We don't know that they actually committed any crimes, bro. They haven't been arrested yet. If somebody tells you that they're willing to murder people, but they just haven't yet, that they tell you, you know, I've had the thought about becoming a serial killer, and like it's just like really enticing. Do you just go, well, they haven't done it yet, so I don't care? We should kind of take people at their words, I feel like. That's what I'm saying, is I'm hoping Brad hopped off because Brad was like, you know what, you're right, this is dumb, yada, yada, yada. I'm still going to go do a podcast with Andrew Tate in like 3 weeks or whatever, whenever it benefits me next. Brad is low-key a clout goblin. He's just trying to hop on the trains while he can.
Afterwards.
How's this podcast?
So we're like, that
busy
should
people.
be quick.
We're busy.
Right?
We have tight schedules, and we don't have a lot of time for lunch plans, Ian. Sharkies. Hila's outside with the dog.
Ooh, Brad, I don't know. Ooh, I know you're doing podcasting now, but 2.1 million is 3 weeks ago, but it's because you had Andrew Tate in it, see? It's because he's trying to milk Tate. He wants to milk Tate in more ways than one. Despicable. Truly fucking despicable. Yeah, he might have just gotten sick, but we're not here to give benefit of the doubt. We're here to viciously speculate. No, I honestly think Brad's a decent enough guy. Bradley Martin, the drug dealing sociopath. He's neither of those things. That was a joke. But I think that Brad is really like the kind-hearted fool. He's really the gentle giant at the end of the day. He's just a boy lost.
I order our food, whatever, you know. And I'll tell you what, because there's $40 on the card, I ordered a little extra shit that I would never buy myself. Because I was like, let's just bang it out. I got like a side of guac and a drink and all this bullshit and added stuff. Because you're like, let's just bang it out. Even though I wouldn't ever pay for that. It's on Ian. These motherfuckers, they go to me after I place my order. The system's down. But we're going to try to fix it. So I place my order. They make the food after like 2 minutes because it's not that busy.
All right,
They
guys.
put it on the counter. It's right there. Are you listening, Ian?
Yes.
Okay. It's sitting there on the counter. I go to fill up the salsas.
Yeah, so it doesn't look like he had him on his podcast from what I'm seeing. He had Hassan on, though. Shit. The formatting changed because I didn't have it on full screen on my other window. Oh, there he is. He had Hassan on, but he didn't have Andrew Tate on the podcast for some reason. He just had him come to his gym. Guy's too busy, I guess.
And they're punching away. People are coming and getting their food. I walk up and say, hey, what's going on? We're still working out the kinks. We're trying to figure this out. 10 minutes later, the manager comes out, calls up like corporate headquarters, is trying to get this gift card to work. They go, do you know how much?
The thing is, I think that Brad gets insecure when he doesn't know much about what he's talking about. So I feel like the confrontation about something like this is he isn't going to look deep into the charges against Tate because he wants Andrew Tate to be his buddy. He wants him to be a good guy in his head. So I don't think Bradley knows that much about any of the Tate shit. So I think that if anything, if he did it to not because of Andrew Tate, I think that he probably was like, oh, because they talked about it on yesterday at the end of yesterday's members stream. They called in and Bradley was like, with Steiny being like, yeah, we're both gonna be there, yeah, we're gonna come. So my main like theory is that Bradley would like not come because he's just like, I don't know enough about it. I don't really want to put my foot in I don't want to put my foot in this race, you know what I mean?
How much money's on this card? I'm like, I don't know. I'm not, you know, what the hell do I know?
We've been watching this Sharkies segment in like 30 parts at this point.
Like, okay, just sir, relax. I was screaming. I was throwing salsa at the wall. So after like 20 minutes, the food is fucking cold. I go up and I says, all right, listen, I have to go. I'm a busy man. I don't have lunch plan time. And they say, can you use it another day? Can you pay with your card? I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Do you know how hard I've been trying to use this money? So now I've spent like $150 fucking dollars on food I didn't want over this $40 Sharkies gift card. Not only that, they made me wait for 20 minutes. The food is getting cold. They're like not giving me the food. Like, can you imagine that? Like, sir, we can't give you the food. And then they make me pay. And then here's the best part. I've had brutal, vicious diarrhea since then, Ian. And like yesterday in the office, I was like, Ian, I'm so pissed at you, but I don't want to tell you why. It's because I was about to shit my pants from Sharkies Mexican food grill. Fuck Sharkies. And although your gesture was thoughtful, Ian, I'm so over this card. I'm giving it back to you.
I do have to say, when I went to ask for the card, they seemed startled. I said, do you have gift cards? And she looked shocked.
That explains it.
She said, nobody's ever asked for these. We don't know how to use them.
She's like, are you insane? Are you sure? Ian, you should have taken that as a sign. This
They're
card...
like, no one has ever asked that.
I'm sorry?
She kind of looked at the cook and then looked back, and then I said, let's check out.
Ian. This card has given me nothing but grief. And now, as I sit here before you on the verge of shitting my pants on this Friday afternoon, $150 poorer, I want you to take this, and I want you to try to spend this money. I dare you to go to Sharkies and try to spend this money. And I promise you, Ian, what befalls you from this point on is misery, a curse upon you, diarrhea, and you're gonna waste $1,000 before you get a fucking $1 off this card. I want you to know I appreciate the thought, but my God.
Well, I'm terribly sorry about that one.
Ian's about to go sit in a Sharkies for a couple hours. He's just gonna enjoy his time. Ian's the type of guy to sit in a Sharkies by himself.
Following up on another story from last week, y'all may remember the story of how Ian ruined my fucking life with a Sharkies gift card. Ian gave me a Sharkies gift card that I repeatedly tried to use. And every time I tried to use it, they wouldn't accept it. I ended up spending like $150 trying to use this gift card.
How did you spend $150 trying to use it?
Every time I would go, they wouldn't take the card.
Oh, so you had already...
And I never even wanted Sharkies. I only went there because of the gift card. And I was like, Ian, take the card back. And I dare you to try to use it. Ian, come in here, Ian. I need to confront you. Have a seat.
Honestly,
sit right.
Eric and Jack, he's gone, but Eric and Jack are my two favorite guests on the H3 podcast, I think. They were just so good at the just chill, chatting, back and forth, bullshitting style, like a vibey podcast. And they need to bring Eric from Comment Etiquette back.
Right there, Ian.
I miss it.
Ian the intern. This is the first time, I don't know if this is the first time we've shown your face, but he's kind of a mythical character in here.
Never spoken before.
Drink it in.
Ian, tell me about your experience trying to use the gift card.
Yeah, so I drove over. I was forced a little bit. You threatened me to eat Sharkies.
Right.
Even I didn't want it, but I
You
went.
didn't want it?
I wasn't hungry, but
Okay.
you were like, you better.
Well, I gave
use
you
that."
all week. I was like, Ian, use the gift card for the segment we're doing on Friday. And then Thursday, I'm like, did you use the gift card? You're like, no, it's not my fault. It's like 6 p.m. Use the Sharkies gift card. What'd you order?
That's the thing. I didn't think it would work. So I ordered something I didn't want because I didn't want to have the disappointment when they swiped it and they said, no, this doesn't work. So I ordered a nasty salmon black bean burrito.
Oh, you got the salmon one?
Yeah.
That's the one on the menu where I was always like, I don't know what I want, but I know I don't want that one.
Yeah. I was like, I'll pick that because then when she says I can't have it, I won't be sad.
Huh.
And then she swiped it 4 times. It took 4.
That's a funny detail.
Yeah. And
see, what happens is when I go there, they swipe it once and they're like, get out.
No, it kept going. And she even gave me like a, noise. And
that's weird.
I'm like, it's a wrap. This is not happening. But then she typed it in, punched it all in, and it went. It was a go.
Did you eat the salmon burrito?
Yeah.
I think most cashiers forget that they can type cards into their system and just do it that way rather than swiping. Like, you have a manual input that you can put in too. It might be like some different setting that you've never seen before, but they definitely have it on your register.
Reluctantly. But
was it good?
It was okay.
All right.
It was all right.
Okay.
Salmon burrito?
Yeah, I know. I suspect collusion, if I'm being frank.
In what way?
Well, all of a sudden, you're dining at Sharkies on salmon, one of the most coveted fishes in the ocean.
So,
by the way, Sharkies reached out to us.
Yeah.
This is a great detail. A PR person from Sharkies emailed Dan and was like, "We're so sick." Can you read the email, Dan?
Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me grab it.
That's why it worked, bro, because they saw Ian, they got scared. That's why she was doing it so many times. She was like, fuck. We're going to get closed down if we don't help this guy.
They're watching right now. Like, this is our episode.
You know what?
What?
I think that they made a note on my account to some capacity on that gift card, which is why she was like, huh.
She did look at it for a while, her screen.
God, I wonder what it says.
Yeah.
It says, charge this cuck on his debit card.
Ask for the debit card.
This guy's a cuck. Charge his debit.
How would they know, though, that it was yours?
Because
it set out a company-wide bulletin.
Well, the last time I was there, which was the really dramatic visit when I was...
Here we go. We're live. Thank you all for coming. I really do appreciate it. That sounded a pause. But thank you all for stopping into the stream. I really do appreciate it.
Hello, my...
This has been Captain Quasar. And I have been Captain Quasar. Thank you, and I am signing off. Have a great day, y'all. Go appreciate the show. Go watch. I barely slept.